I thought today I'd do something entirely different. Yesterday, at the beginning of the video I put out, I did a show and tell of this little guy right here. This is an inline tuner that's put out by Onstage, and it's relatively inexpensive. And so when I put this out, one of the subscribers made a really good point, and so I got very curious. They were thinking that, because I didn't pay a lot of money for this, well, I say not a lot, it's $39. $39 is still a pretty penny for a tuner when you could just get a tuner that goes on your headstock for $5, $10, right? But I like these are inline. These are great for stage, where you're running out to, say, like some kind of a preamp and a DI, or you have maybe even a whole setup like I do of pedals on a pedal board. So this is really nice because it's there, it's ready for you. You just step on the button and you can tune. So the question that came up was the fact that it's not that expensive, perhaps it's not that accurate. And then there was a question about the longevity. Of course, that's not really something I can answer because I've never used one of these before. And when I looked for reviews, I couldn't really find a whole lot of information. But I think for the most part, it feels like it's built quite well. I mean, it does have a metal framework on it, and the button on it, seems okay. I mean, it was $39. So if it gave out in a year and a half, did you get your money's worth? I suppose you probably did. But, there's that old saying, you get what you pay for. And so that brought up a really good question. In fact, the company Polytune came up. Well, it just so happens I have a Polytune because I had it on my pedal board at one of the campuses. And I was there tonight at a Bible study. And so I just ran up there and got it. It's right here, this Polytune. I think this is, I think they have 3 versions of it now. They have a Polytune 3. And I thought this was a 2, but it just says Polytune on it. So perhaps it's just a 1. But nevertheless, it's quite heavy and is built quite well. And I've been using it and I like it. It really is a wonderful tuner. But these are like $100. This one I wanted for my home pedal. And so I thought, hey, for that price, that's perfect for what I need it for. But that question comes up. You get what you pay for. Is the fact that this is cheaper make it less accurate? So I thought we would look at that today. I can set this up so you can watch it and we can look at maybe this guitar, see how in tune it is, and then compare it on this one and see if they match up. It's not perfect scientific study, but it gives you a sense of whether or not this would do the job. Just how reactive is it? Is it fast? Does it give you the information quickly, or does it lag? And is it accurate? Now, we're assuming this is accurate, but is it accurate? Both of these, I have them set at 440, and both of them have chromatic tumors. That was good. They have chromatic tuners in them, and so anyways, they're both true bypass. So what I could do is just run the guitar to one of them. You can actually see how it's in tune. Now this one has a special feature to it, which really makes it, I think, worth the $100. And that is the fact that you can run your finger all the way over the strings like that, and it'll show you the strings that are out that quickly. And so you can just pay attention to those that you can see that are out. It's really a nice feature. But if I'm not always in a hurry, especially at home. I don't need that. So the question we can answer today pretty much in looking at the two of these is this thing going to read accurately? And is it as responsive as this one? Is it as well built? I can't tell you that. I think they both feel pretty sturdy. Certainly this one's smaller and this one's bigger and heavier, but I can't say to you that one is better than the other. This one has a quieter button on it. This one, the click is a little louder, but still, as far as will it break, I don't know. I can't tell you. So far, I've been using this Polytune here. I bought it new, and I think it's been 2 years, maybe even 2.5 years, and it's still going strong. So I haven't had any problems with it. Okay, this one, I don't know, but we can tell. We can take a look at it and see just how accurate it is. So I'm going to go ahead and change up the way that this camera is set up on my phone. And the next thing you look at is going to be at the face of the two of these. And let's do a comparison. All right. Okay, so let's start with the Polytune. You can see I have it on. This is the on and off. And it's on right now. And I'm going to play the E string first, the high E. And as you can see, I have it, it's in tune. It looks good. There's the B. There's the G. Let me just bring that up just a little bit. Time there. There we go. That's pretty good. Okay, so you can see it's pretty tuned up. There we go. Okay, now let's switch over to this one, and we'll play the same guitar, same strings. Stick this in here, and it turned on right away. You can see how bright that is. Okay, and it's at 440. Okay, here we go. And if they're in tune, the two blues will be on the side, which you can see it's perfect. You got one here, and one in the center. So the E is good, B is good. You can see how responsive it is. G looks good. D looks good. A looks good. So let's switch it back again. Take this out. Just make sure. Okay. There's going through its setup. There we go. And we'll turn it on. Not bad. It's just it's finicky on this one. This one, the D is I move it a little bit and then it's too high. Move it back, it's too low. So it's good to go. Now these companies claim that these are while in the chromatic phase or mode. Of course, this is always chromatic, but while in that mode, it has a 0.5 plus or minus 0.5 cent accuracy. And so neither one of them are absolutely perfect precision. There's a little bit of a variation, but that's hardly going to be noticeable to most ears. There might be somebody out there that has perfect pitch that can hear it's just a little off. But now here's the thing on this one that this one doesn't have. If I play, there it is right there. See how it's showing me that low E a little bit of attention. This one's almost didn't say, but so I go to the low E and take a look at it. And it looks like it's right on. So, you know, it's not bad. It might be a little low there. But nope, it's not. I'm not going to touch it. That looks good. So I'd say that they're, in terms of accuracy, they're pretty much the same. In terms of responsiveness, basically both of them are, I think, are just as fast. So this one's $39. This one's $100. This one does have that feature that I told you about. Right now it's looking pretty good. But, and this one doesn't. So, you know, I like that on this, by the way. And I would pay the money to get this so that I have that feature. But as far as accuracy, this does the job, I think. As far as longevity, I have no idea. We'll have to see 2 years from now. Probably by that time, this one, it's time to upgrade anyways. We have a Polytune 3 that's out there right now. So I'm not sure what makes it go from a 2 to a 3. You know, if they become more accurate, or I'm not sure. I really don't know. Okay, so I hope this enlightens you a little bit, that old saying, you get what you pay for, might not be completely true. In fact, I had to make a comment about the McKinsey & Marr guitars, because there is a great example that you would think, oh, because it's a cheap guitar, you know, this one costs $800, for instance. With McKinsey & Marr, they have some that are $798 or whatever. And those guitars play like a $3,000 guitar. So that old saying doesn't stand true there either. I think what it comes down to is you really need to check it out for yourself and see. And then you make the choice of, you know, what features do you need. And as far as the whole idea of longevity, I mean, if this thing lasts 3 years and this one lasts 1.5 years, I suppose, you know, this one's $39, this one's $100. I suppose that it kind of evened itself out. So, all right. So we'll leave it right there. And I'm pretty happy with the on stage in terms of its accuracy. And it was interesting, and it was a very good comment, and I was glad that they sent that message or that concern. I think it was a really good question. So anyways, we'll leave it right there, and I hope you all have a great day or night wherever you are in this world.